Well, good evening and welcome back to Going to Ground. It's been a while and we're into the final 10 films in this fourth series, and I've had a few days off. It's been a frantic few weeks in many ways and full of interest and busyness, but little time for connecting with you all, for which I'm sorry, and not enough time for contemplation. But this week has been a little bit different, and half term for our family. We've had revision and exams, where my younger two are in the midst of A-levels and GCSEs, and we have the Jubilee week in between Ascension and Pentecost. So it's a time of remembrance and thanksgiving. It's a time in the church's year, of course, when we await the presence of God in the gift of the Holy Spirit this Sunday. And I'm reminded, as we all have been in these couple of days of Jubilee, of Jubilees past, with this extraordinary monarch. We have several Jubilees. We mark our life by her reign in so many ways, do we not? I'm cast back in my memory to 1977, which is the first Jubilee I remember, and a street party in Luton where my dad was vicar and I was 9 years old then. And I remember a fancy dress. I remember a street party on the Lucy Farm estate, and I can still see the other competitors, my rivals, in the fancy dress competition. I can remember somebody dressed up in a silver windmill covered in tin foil. Goodness knows what they were meant to be. I think we were meant to be characters from the great pageant of British history, but I'm not sure what they were representing. There was a Mad Hatter, I seem to remember, from Lewis Carroll, and I was a Neolithic caveman, as you might think fitting given all my preoccupation with ancient stones these days. But I wore a fake fur sort of tunic that my mum had fashioned for me, a rounder's bat, which with a bit of brown paper scrunched around it made a very serviceable club, and a sign hung around my neck which read, I am a great (ancient) Britain. I'm a great ancient Britain. And for that, as readers of my book English Grounds will know, I was awarded second place, and a Silver Jubilee 1977 snake belt, which I do not still own, but went to a jumble sale many decades ago. I enjoyed that occasion, and it was one of the first of many moments in the reign of Her Majesty the Queen by which you marked your own life and development. And even then I had an early interest in that narrative of British history, which has been my abiding pleasure throughout the years. And I've also always been very happy with second place. I've always aspired to second place, funnily enough. I got an upper second in my degree in history, and I've always quite liked having second place. It seemed to me a fine thing to aspire to. How about you? Have you always tried to win? I've always been really happy with a second place. Silver is my colour, increasingly, as you can see. Anyway, I've also been reflecting, as I've been doing a bit of tuition for theological students around place and parish in recent weeks, and I've talked a lot about the idea of Jubilee being a time when places get changed. This is not my own original thought. It is the work of Irving Goffman, a 1970s American sociologist, who said that social habits can be rearranged at times of crisis and times of jubilee. We've had enough times of crisis lately when things have been rearranged. But times of jubilee are also when life can be rejigged, particularly in neighbourhoods, and the habits of common life arranged in new ways. You don't usually put trestles down the middle of Marlborough High Street like we had yesterday, but you can at times of jubilee, festivity, different place, different rules, and you can act in neighbourliness in ways that aren't permitted, literally aren't permitted at other times. They're very valuable times, therefore, for rethinking how we live together, and they can be a lasting gift for years in advance. That's why I think these national times of celebration are so important, when we recognise our common life, not just our difference, disparity. And so in common life, in Jubilee, we recognise our unity, can do anyway, and we can make the most of that. And I'm sure you're doing that as I speak with your neighbours. Tomorrow we will be attending a street party here in Manton Village in Marlborough, and hopefully growing some new relationships and new ways of living together here that will serve and fuel us for the road ahead. That's the idea of Jubilee. It is not just thanksgiving for what is past, but it is the kind of celebration that cements a new kind of future. That's the hope. So God bless you wherever you are as you celebrate in this week, and I hope to be with you a little more regularly in the days ahead as this fourth season of Going to Ground finishes. So God bless you as you go to ground.